Hey guys and gals, Mark Barta with LGBTQ_today. Long time no see. Well, I'm here for your weekly insight into the queermosphere. I took a hiatus for about a month, just bought a house, had some things to do, a lot of stuff in the yard to clear out, and now that it's getting colder, we're going to focus on the inside a little bit. But things have been crazy, as everyone else's life has been basically through the pandemic. We're all basically stuck at home, and not only are we stuck at home, but we're stuck with all these political ads that are going to hopefully end on Tuesday when we all go to the polls, which I hope you guys are all expected to do. So if you have yet to vote, please get out there and vote. This is probably one of the most important elections in history, not only for the queer population, but for women, for people of minorities. We just rushed through a Supreme Court justice that could change the tone of a lot of our lives. So this election is very, very important. My channel was basically historically based for the last year, and it was a lot of fun. But got to the point at the end of the year where I was like, well, I'm going to round the year out, and what do I really have to do but kind of repeat the same history, because as they say, history repeats itself. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a look at the week and see what's been happening in what I like to call the queermosphere. So that's what we're going to do. So I have picked out 3 articles that I'm just basically going to talk about, give my opinion, and you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and follow. Okay guys, I want to give out a big thanks to LGBTQNation.com for the content of this video. LGBTQNation.com basically is a news source for queers, and I have picked out a couple of articles that I'm going to talk about today. First one is basically LGBTQ equality is under attack. And for over 50 years, and we've been fighting for equality, and 50 years ago was a turning point for the rights of LGBT Americans, and it only took a shoe. So basically in this administration, Trump, I'm not going to use the word president because I don't consider him presidential at all, the Trump administration has basically excluded trans military members, rolled back protections for workplace protections for basically mostly transgendered individuals, but queers as well, and is opening the door to refusing medical treatment based on gender identity. So as of right now, half of LGBT Americans live in where their civil rights can be violated, anywhere from housing, starting a family, or trying to adopt a child, or obtaining a license with the correct gender. So guys, that's why voting in this election is so important, and I beg you to vote for Biden. He wasn't my favorite choice at the beginning, but you know what? He's kind of really turned a corner, and he can really turn this country around. And he is basically promising in his first 100 days of his presidency that he will make enacting the Equality Act one of his very top priorities. So again, if you haven't voted, vote. Like I said, this is literally one of the most important elections in history in terms of equality for queers, but for all Americans that are in need of equal rights. So, as the great civil rights attorney Paul Murray once said, the lesson of American history is that human rights are indivisible. So, pick up that shoe, go out and vote. And like I said, we just rushed through Amy Coney Barrett into the Supreme Court. So, our rights are in danger. Our right to marry that we just got back in 2015, women's right to do with their bodies as they choose is at risk, and Obamacare is on the cutting board as well. As a community, we have pulled together. The LGBT community is one of the strongest communities out there. Just take a look at all the strides we made during the AIDS crisis. We had no help from the government whatsoever. We weren't seen as equal back then, and we demanded our rights. And we got together, we congregated, we raised funds, we worked with scientists and doctors to get through this crisis, and we came up ahead. And because of that, we are the strong minorities, our minority population that we are. So go out and vote, and let's make a change. Well, the next article is one that really makes me laugh, and one that annoys the shit out of me because I cannot stand this group. But gay Republicans really are self-loathing according to science. So I can't stand log cabin Republicans. It's like Mexico if they outlawed tacos. It's a total conundrum. So a study from Williams Institute finds that a large portion of queer Republicans are unhappy with their sexual orientation. But LGB Republicans, no, I didn't say it incorrectly. I said LGB Republicans, as they do not accept the T, feel that they don't feel part of our community and they don't see that participation in the LGBT community is a positive thing. 41% of the LGB Republicans say they would rather be completely heterosexual, and 38% think that being a queer is a shortcoming. And you wonder why you don't feel welcome in our community. You guys hate yourselves. Look, it's not like Anne Frank is shooting the shit with Hitler in the afterlife. Why would the queer community invite log cabin Republicans to our dinner parties? It's not happening. It's like oil and water, a total conundrum. Log cabin Republicans are trying very, very hard to get the LGBT community to flip and vote for Trump. Why in the hell would we do that when these pseudo queers have endorsed Trump's re-election campaign and Republican candidates, including Fred Upton, who's run one of the most anti-gay campaigns in history, and Angela Staten-King, who stated, "Enough is enough," alongside an image which features a rainbow gun being held to a man's head. Included in this image is LGBT rights, 1995, We Want Tolerance, 2005, We Want Equality, 2015, Bake the Effing Cake, Bigot, 2016, Save My Pronouns or Go to Jail, 2020, Let Me F Your 8-year-old kid, Pedophobe. These are the folks that log cabin Republicans are endorsing. It is absolutely disgusting. We don't claim you, you are not family, and you have no place at our table until you can accept yourselves as God made you. And in my last bit, Melania Trump is shocked some people think her husband is anti-gay. She's quoted in saying in a video produced with log cabin Republicans, "Donald has been very clear that gays and lesbians will be treated as he always treated them, equally." Of course, she refused in the video to utter LGBTQ. Donald Trump has long said he opposes marriage equality, going so far to say that evangelicals could trust him on traditional marriage during his 2016 campaign. He then nominated the handmaiden Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, the only institution that could roll back our protections in the 2015 decision for marriage equality. In a speech by Tiffany Trump, the smart one of the bunch, she referred to the queer community as LGBTQIA, and again, there was no mention of the transgendered community. It is clear that the Trump, Pence, and log cabin campaigns are trying to take the T and often the B out of our community. I'm over it, guys. I'm over the campaigns. I'm over the dirtiness, the divisiveness, all of the hate. Whoever wins, we're going to have to deal with it. I hope we can trust the polls. So let's just stick around and wait it out. Well, guys, I can't not do a video without any historical mentions from the week. I had a great year last year, every day getting to go through and look at what our community, not only in the United States, but around the world, has contributed to society and how we've been able to change history. So why have history in your videos? Because we are who we are because of the history we've created. So it's so important. So I'm gonna do 3 each video, and the 3 that I picked for this week is, I gotta do a shout out to Tim Cook, who is the CEO of Apple, because back in 2014, this October, he came out as the first openly gay CEO on the Fortune 500 list. And then back in 2009, President Obama signed into law the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act, which was a huge thing for his administration and such a loss for our community, both Matthew Shepard and James Byrd, so may they rest in peace. And then in 1996 was the very first Intersex Awareness Day. So guys, that's all I've got for this week. Make sure you come back next Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys know what to do. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you check out LGBTQNation.com. If you see something that you think I should include in next week's video, just let me know in the comments or DM me. And remember, be kind, but if you can't, burn the bitch good. Have a great week. Vote, vote, vote. Our livelihood depends on it. Thanks, guys. See you later.